The big game is coming up tonight. Yes, the NBA All-Star game tipping off, concluding the All-Star weekend. This is one that's going to be very exciting to watch. I want to break down exactly some historical trends as well as what I'm leaning forward in this game this evening, okay? Whether I bet it or not, I've yet to make that decision, but I'm going to tell you where I'm leaning and kind of give you guys a picture on what to look for with the MVP markets, some of the historical trends along the way. So you're absolutely not going to want to miss this. Make sure you guys are all subscribed down below, as well as on X. The handle is in the bottom left of your screen. That's a big one, guys. We're going to be doing a lot of contests, a lot of giveaways. I'm going to be building the community, getting a little bit more in a better format, but we have a lot of moving parts right now, so bear with me for the time being. But until then, make sure you guys are all subscribed. Follow me on Twitter with the notification bell as well, because when I post something, you don't want to miss any of these live opportunities, so on and so forth. But guys, let's get into the big game, okay? Different format. We're going back to the old days, right? The old traditional 4 quarters of play. No more drafting of teams, no more of that certain amount of points, the game's over format, right? None of that. Okay, we're going to go back into good old-fashioned 4 quarters of basketball. The rosters are all established. It's going to be East versus West, okay? That's what we're looking at. Now, when it comes down to this, guys, we can go back and look at some of the historical trends with MVPs. Let's take a quick dive into this. 2023, this is all per the NBA.com. 2023 was Tatum. 22 was Steph with the Warriors. 21, Giannis with the Bucks. 20 with Kawhi with the Clippers. Durant. And 19, LeBron. And 18, back when he was with the Cavaliers. And this is something where, guys, we haven't seen a repeat until the 15-16 seasons in those All-Star games with Russell Westbrook in the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, why is this important? Okay, well, let's segue into tonight's MVP odds based off FanDuel and their offerings, because, guys, this is going to play into the key predictions for what's going on and who's going to take home the hardware tonight, the East or the West, okay, because it all kind of plays into this whole analysis. So stick around, bear with me, guys, but this is where we're seeing Giannis, the clear favorite. LeBron, never bet against LeBron in an All-Star game, truly outside of Jordan rules. It's one of those thoughts that I kind of have where he's going to want to win this game. He's probably one of the most competitive competitors playing in this event. Okay, and then you got the likes of Steph, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, and that is 10 and under, 10 to 1 and below. Okay, so yes, you can find some value down low. Luka at 18 to 1. SGA at 13 to 1. That's very, 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 very lucrative if you want to go down that route. Mitchell 20 to 1. How much is he going to play? And then obviously we look at some of the likes of Jokic at 50 to 1, AD at 42 to 1. How much will they actually play though, guys? That's what it comes down to. So of this list, I think the value that I'm looking at would be with SGA at 13 to 1. But from a sheer dominant standpoint, Steph, obviously a key player. He's won it before. Giannis plays hard in these MVP contests, in these All-Star contests, as well as LeBron, as always, guys. But, with these minutes restrictions and AD and him getting up there, it's very hard to say. Booker on my list as well. Anthony Edwards, go on and on. Anybody can bring home the MVP, guys. So you got to take some pizza money. You want to shoot for a long shot in this one. But SGA really sticks out for me for that All-Star hardware. Okay, but this segues into what I want to tell you guys. All right, they are the majority of these candidates for MVP, guys. All right, we look at this, guys. We look at Luka, KD, SGA, Jokic, Curry, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi, okay? 6 of the top 10 favorites of the odds board are favorites on the West side to win the MVP. So winning the MVP, that's implying that the West would bring home the hardware, okay, that the West would win this game. So that's kind of going to lend my hand in taking the West in LeBron. Never bet against LeBron. 5-1 in this format that we're looking at currently within this All-Star game. It's just kind of a little bit of a, analytic approach to taking a historical trend of LeBron, 5 out of his last 6 in this format, with having the most amount of MVP candidates, odds on candidates on the West side of the game, okay? Laying the 2.5 is another story. The number will probably fall on 2, and the West will win by 2, win by a deuce. It's happened, but for fun, for pizza money, I'm going to dabble on West minus 2.5. Take the Western Conference to win the All-Star game. It's kind of where we're at. And then you couple that with the likes of Joel Embiid, right? Joel Embiid, not playing, some of the injuries on the East, that's something where we look at this game, and it kind of lends towards me taking the West from a more holistic, well-rounded approach. But guys, it's the All-Star game. It's just going to be a little bit of pizza money. It's nothing where I'm going to look at this as a true value. I think a couple years ago they had the total mismatch because of a new format change where the over-under was completely in left field. So we were able to absolutely smash that over in that pick. But for this game, guys, it's West or nothing. I'm not going to screw around with MVPs or any of these, these prop markets. I'm sure a lot of you guys love some of these offerings, which by all means, guys, this is something where you look at FanDuel and see what they have to offer. We'll click it and just dive into it briefly. This is where you can put together some parlays, some first baskets, player points, rebounds, assists. The offerings are there. The threes are there. Guys, it's all in good fun. It's the All-Star game. Let's celebrate a little bit of, a breath of fresh air. No more, while we still have it, before we do this final home stretch before the NBA playoffs. NBA playoffs, one of my favorite times of the year to bet on sports. Okay, that's really when you truly have a lot of data points to go off of and some really good markets established where you can really make some money betting these 5-7 game series. So what it comes down to for me is I'm taking the West -2.5. I wanted to share some of these insights within some of the past performances, the new format, as well as some of the MVP odds, but it's all going to be in good fun. Like I said, if you guys want to screw around with some player parlays, some same game parlays within the All-Star game, these are the best players in the NBA. So by all means, go have some fun with that, but not for me. If anything, it's going to be West or nothing. So wanted to share with you guys my analysis and breakdown of the NBA All-Star game. I hope you guys were all able to cash some tickets and make some money off of the dunk competition, the skills competition, three-point competition. Really, truly thought there were some chalky favorites out there taking Mac McClung to repeat. He's a professional dunker, guys. Just leave it at that. There is no competition. And, until they get actually an all-star kind of caliber contestant, Jaylen Brown was the last all-star dunker to compete in the dunk competition in quite some time. But, guys, it is what it is. It's not going to be attractive. So hats off to Mac McClung coming out here and absolutely giving us a show. Whether he's in the G League or not, I don't really care. It makes the dunk competition more exciting. So, had a ball with that, but laying the -200 plus number, little juicy, little expensive, but it was obviously the way to go. And sometimes you just got to call a spade and lay the number. Same thing with Steph beating the WNBA, their best shooter out of that league as well. Steph's the best shooter of all time. It was a -200 price and higher, but still, guys, the writing was on the wall with those two bets and offerings. I didn't lay any of them. I just had fun watching the event. I put a little bit of money on the lowest or the highest odds, I should say, within the dunk competition, because sometimes in that competition it just takes one monumental performance and just one slam, and that's what all you need to sway the judges in that favor or another. So just kind of a long shot. Had some fun with UFC as well, but hope you guys are all doing well. And as always, guys, I appreciate you being part of the channel. Truly do. Make sure you guys are all subscribed. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming, so don't miss a beat here on YouTube as well as X and all my other platforms once they get established. But thanks again, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Go cash some tickets. Cheers.